After more than a year of preparation, Squaw Valley USA has announced what it's calling the Renaissance, surrounding a $50 million capital plan. The multifaceted and extensive 5-year plan includes base area and lodge upgrades, facility and restaurant expansion, and new high-speed lifts. In year one, this coming 2011-2012 season is slated for roughly $15 million in base area and on-mountain improvements. I caught up with Squaw Valley CEO Andy Wirth for a quick walkabout and some insights on the exciting plans and what's new for this coming season.
The first most important aspect of Squaw's Renaissance, it begins and ends with the customer, and that is we went through extensive customer research to understand the thoughts, the opinions of this vast customer base that skis Squaw. There's parts of the experience, not just the mountain or ski experience, but parts of the overall visitor experience here that basically are deficient. And so part of this relates to fixing the deficiencies of the overall Squaw Valley experience.
While upgrades and changes will be taking place all over the mountain, one of the most immediately obvious will be the removal of the original ticket portals and the infamous Big Dot sign, making room for an expansive new plaza and a new sales and services center.
It's not just aesthetics, it's substantially more than that. It's also the form and function. For us to be a contemporary, world-class mountain experience, we have to deliver a much better experience when people are actually transacting with us. This is a world-class mountain that's deserving of something substantially better. So part of the plans, in fact, you can hear the backup alarms of the vehicles that are preparing to demo the ticket portals. That in turn will open up this entire plaza and open up the sight lines and the overall experience as people ingress and egress from the snow.
One main focus of the Renaissance is on dining improvements around the mountain, including the relaunch of what is now the Blue Coyote.
We're still working on the final concepts, the names, but we have the Levy group out of Chicago that's working with us on the concepts and designs. So we've challenged with Levy with coming up with something that ski area folks don't do that well, and that's a great high-quality experience that's suited well to the snow pillow coming down into this vicinity and people dropping straight into Blue Coyote or 22 or some of the other fine experiences. So we think really visually, aesthetically, and functionally, and lastly operationally, this will improve this aspect of the experience.
Following last year's remodel of Bar 1, this year we'll see a complete reworking of the entire Plaza Sun Deck and the restaurants and bars at the base of KT22.
Here you are at the base of not one of the most legendary mountains, but I would argue the most legendary single mountain in all of skiing, KT22. We want to invest some money in terms of making this experience substantially better. The servery will be one of the most exciting changes, and they actually have a double-sided servery that works well when we have inclement weather and can only serve from inside, but then the bartenders and the servers can turn around and serve people out onto the deck.
As part of a complete renovation of the lower floor of the Olympic House, one of Squaw Valley's favorites, the Wildflower Bakery, will undergo a major expansion.
What we're going to basically do is blow out the entire base of first floor O House and open up space for Susan at Wildflowers, so she'll now have upwards of 1,100 square feet. And really, since we're here, that's the same way with Chamois. We worked with them to improve the windows, the investment up here. We want to invest in the existing facilities and improve them.
And the changes are not limited to the base area and the village. A new upper terminal will greet guests at the top of the Funitel with new decor, new flooring, lockers, a ski-up coffee shop, and the top of the Funitel Market and Cafe. Another major area of focus for this coming season is in communications, and a new state-of-the-art information system will provide up-to-the-minute lift status online and on the mountain, helping guests plan their day.
On those big storm days, we have struggled as a resort in communicating to the customer about what's going to open when. The red light, green light, yellow light aspect simply doesn't cut it. This is 2011, we can do a substantially better job. I think it's perfectly reasonable for us to communicate to the guests relative to the headwall lift. Headwall was scheduled for 9:30, it's now looking for 9:50, and the remarks will be running snow control. Right now, you can't really decipher that from how we talk to the guests.
These are literally just a few of the major improvements coming to Squaw Valley USA as part of this 5-year plan. Other elements this year and beyond include an all-new snow sports school with 3 new magic carpet lifts and new rental skis, a new snowboard and demo rental center at the front entrance to the Olympic House, an all-new state-of-the-art Solomon rental fleet of skis and snowboards, new trail names and a new mountain map, along with an all-new expanded mountain wayfinding signage program, a renewed focus and expansion of Squaw Valley's terrain parks, and more grooming machines. Also in the plans for year 2, look for major lift upgrades, including 2 new high-speed quad chair lifts, replacing the High Camp lift, and yes, Granite Chief.
It was the most common point from our customers relative to chairlifts, and that was Granite Chief. There was one universal truth that people wanted that chairlift to be a high-speed lift.
Clearly, exciting times lie ahead here at Squaw Valley USA. For information on planned improvements, events, and operations, visit squaw.com. For SVTV, I'm Eric T. We'll see you on the mountain.